Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prize Picks video. This one we're talking about the NBA for Friday, December 15th, and in the video we have 5 picks for you guys to consider as always, so stay tuned in the video to see all 5 of the picks. Also, if you follow us over here on Twitter, we give out more picks with explanations like we do in the video. You can see yesterday we gave out Gerald Everett over 29.5 receiving yards, an easy hit, and we gave out our first Demon Aiden O'Connell over 224.5. That one also hit. You get higher payouts with the Demons. So 2 for 2 over on Twitter. So follow us over there. It'll be linked down below. But if you want access to all our picks, even on the weekends, we don't make videos on the weekends or post that much on Twitter on the weekends. Get in the private Discord here. Less than $1 per day to access to 5+ cappers. I'm just one capper in there. We have a bunch. You can see over here one of the cappers, Finity, hit his 2-pick slip in the NBA, and Parlay hit his 2-pick slip today as well. So definitely get over here. We have 5+ cappers in here giving out picks, plus projections that we run and post every morning, less than $1 per day. The link down below in the description and pinned comment, private Discord and Twitter. Alright, so now for this video, the first one we're going to, Brandon Miller. I've been loving his unders, honestly. Pelicans, kind of a tougher matchup. Going to his unders, points plus rebounds at 22.5. Taking this under all day. You know, no LaMelo Ball, obviously. Gordon Hayward has stepped up for this team. Miller, I just haven't been loving, honestly. I've been taking his unders all year, and I think they're just getting too high now as well. They keep creeping up, and I keep taking the unders. If we come look at this one over on Outlier, which does have a 7-day free trial, if you think you would get use out of this, want to check it out, it'll be linked down below to get that 7-day free trial. Brandon Miller, points plus rebounds in 2023. You could see they have this under 21.5. We're getting out at 22.5, taking the under, and 15 of 20 games he's gone under. Crazy. You usually don't see this good of a stat here, 15 of 20 on the under. For hitting this much, I mean, I think that's 75. Yeah. Oh, wait, it says the percentage right here. So that's 75% of his games he's gone under this amount, and I think this is a tough matchup against the Pelicans. And you can see over here, they rank against rebounds and points basically middle of the road. If you go against small forwards, they rank really high. They allow the 3rd least points and 4th least rebounds to small forwards. So taking Brandon Miller on the under. He's been starting, but I think he's not in a great spot here. Okay, last game he got 20, and then 20 before that when he's been playing bigger minutes. I mean, he's basically played 30 or more minutes in the last, it looks like 10 games here, and still hasn't been hitting this, and I think it's a tough matchup. This is one of my favorite picks, honestly. I just can't figure out why his props are so high. I think this one checks out really well EV-wise, so at 22.5, taking the under. And also, before I get into all of these picks, some of these lines may change by the time you're watching this video. Just know that they are posted in the private Discord. I post them before making the video, so they're posted in there with these lines. They might even change during the video because I think there's some good deals that we're getting right now as I make this video. Next one, we're going to Tyus Jones against Indiana, pace-up spot. The Pacers, no pun intended with the pace-up spot against the Pacers, but Tyus Jones, I think, is in a good spot here, and I've been smashing his rebounds. The rebounds at 2.5 flat is not up here, but the rebounds plus assists here at 8.5 I'm liking, and I'm going to take this one for Tyus. I think he is going to get at least 3 rounds, probably more, but I do like the assists as well at 5.5, and I like the combo a lot, so going to this one, Tyus Jones, I think he's going to play big minutes, and I think they can keep this one close against Indiana. Indiana doesn't play the best defense, so against Washington, I think Washington can actually get some good looks and keep this one close. So that's what I'm hoping, at least. We're going to need it to be close because Tyus in some blowout games doesn't play the most minutes. We can see Tyus over here not looking great on Outlier. Just 35% of games he's hit this one. But we can see his minutes are all over the place. Recently, 26 minutes, and then just 20 minutes, and then 28 minutes. I think we can count him in for at least 26 minutes. And on Outlier, a cool thing you can do is filter by the minutes here and see this percentage change. So when he plays at least 27 minutes, He's hit this in half the games, but I just think a really good spot here against Indiana, which is why I'm liking this. You can also see minus 130 sportsbooks on average have this one out, so they like this one to hit as well, which is very important, and how I get a lot of my EV picks and how we run our projections in the private Discord is definitely based on what other sportsbooks have a lot, and we put different weight on various sportsbooks which we think have the best odds, which we'll get into here in a second. So we got Tyus Jones as our second pick. The third pick, actually, we're going to get into right now. We're going to go to our Odds Jam pick of the day. And for Odds Jam, basically how it works is they take all these player pick sites. Prizepicks is a tab we're on. They have Underdog. They have Thrive. And they give you their top EV picks based on what other sports books have. So over 3.5 rebounds for CJ McCollum is one of their favorite picks. You can see minus 138 on FanDuel, minus 145 on Fliff. All these other sites are liking it as well. So that's the one that they are liking, one of the best. And actually, Tyus Jones is right under here, over 8.5. FanDuel has it at minus 142. So another good EV pick here. And they actually like it better than just the straight assist as well. So good to note and get some validation over here on OddsJam as well. OddsJam has a 7-day free trial like Outlier, and you could find the link for that down in the description to get that 7-day free trial. Great tool. I use Outlier and OddsJam every single day, so I definitely recommend checking them out for Prizepicks or any other player prop site that you may use. It's definitely beneficial for all of them. So we're going to go ahead and lock in CJ here at 3.5 rebounds. Then I always like to validate my picks, so I don't just go off OddsJam, see what the top EV picks are. I like to go over to Outlier as well, which is why I recommend both of them. And then just look at his rebounds, over 3.5 on the season. He's gone over this in 7 of 12 games. Charlotte's defense, they give up the 23rd most rebounds in the league. And I think this is going to be a close game, Charlotte and New Orleans. So I think McCollum's going to play a decent amount of minutes, which we'll need for some rebounds. So liking McCollum, he's been playing, at least when it's not a blowout against the Lakers. They got lost by 44 in the in-season tournament. He only played 25 minutes, but in closer games, 29, 32, 35, even got 38 minutes here against the Spurs when they won by 15 points. So he will play a lot of minutes now. I think early in the season he wasn't playing as much because he came back from some kind of injury, if I'm remembering correctly. So that's our third pick from OddsJam. The fourth pick, we're going to go to Jeremy Sochan. And the one for Sochan, I'm going to go under on his points plus assists. For Sochan, they were playing him at point guard, so I feel like the assist numbers here are inflated for Sochan. Basically, for this, he needs 4 assists, right? Because if the point's at 9.5, if he hits 10, then he'll still need 4 assists to cover the points plus assists. So going on the under for Sochan is one I like here. And he just has not been scoring the ball. So looking at this one, 5, 7, 4, 6 in his last 4 games, just been pretty terrible. So gonna go on the under for Sochan, and I think his assists at 4 is too high as well. So I like going to the points plus assists on the under for him, and that's why I'm going with this one against LA. I think this time against LA, LeBron's probably gonna play. I hope they don't rest Anthony Davis this game. There's not really a reason to, other than to get him some rest because he's been playing a lot, but they're not on a back-to-back or anything. So I think AD and LeBron are going to play, and they're going to beat them by a larger amount than when they did without LeBron like 2 games ago. So Sochan, I think he's just going to continue to struggle here. 4 straight games with pretty terrible performance. So taking the under on Sochan. And then the last pick, you guys are going to kill me for this one. Joel Embiid, I'm going under on the PRA against Detroit. I was surprised last game with Embiid absolutely going off on Detroit that they could keep it close, at least close enough for Embiid to play 31 minutes. I think in this one they can't keep it that close, and Embiid is going to play less than 30 minutes in an absolute blowout. They got Kelly Oubre Jr. back, who I heard a stat this year with Kelly Oubre, they're 11-1, and I think they're just going to absolutely destroy Detroit in this game, and that's just not going to be a close game at all. And Embiid's not going to play that much and not really going to have to do that much in this one. With Kelly Oubre back, just another scorer here that Embiid's just not going to have another 40-point game here. So we can look at Embiid. He's been running extremely hot. Another thing with player props is when guys are running so hot, they got to come back to earth eventually and kind of come back to their normal, right? So 52.5 PRA is not normal for Embiid. He's been doing this about every other game in his last 8 games, but before that he definitely was not going every other game above 52.5 on the season. Only 9 of 20 games he's gone over that. So the first half of the season he was probably hitting this like 30% of games, I want to say, from looking at this, and I think he's starting to come back down to that amount. We could see in this blowout game against Washington, he played under 30 minutes. And, I mean, even this game, 31.4 minutes. And then the game against the Lakers, he only played 30.8 minutes. I think we could see low 30s, maybe even below 30 again in a blowout game. Another really cool thing you could do on Outlier is you can look at games he's played with Kelly Oubre Jr., who I do really think he takes some usage away from Embiid, just because he's another scorer out there who's been scoring really effectively. You can see with Oubre in the lineup, he's hit this only in 5 of 12 games, 42% and 45, so not a huge difference, but this wanted to show off a cool thing you could do here on Outlier, another little tool they have there. So that's going to be the 5th pick in the video. Embiid on the under. Really hope that one hits specifically because, for picking unders on guys that are running extremely hot, but I just think the line's getting too high and I think they're going to blow him out. His usage is going to be down a bit. His usage has been insane. I mean, if we just look at the scoring, 41, 34, 38, 50. So I think he's going to come back and not have an insane game. So that's the last one I'm going to. If you guys want some more picks broken down like this, definitely follow us over on Twitter. It will be linked down below and the pinned comment. But if you guys are serious about Prizepicks and player props, definitely get in the private Discord. We have 5+ cappers. I'm just one of them in there. It's less than $1 per day. They have some really good picks and just posting their favorite picks. Like we saw earlier, just 2 picks slip here. Other 2 favorite picks that hit for parlay over here and for Finity. You also get access to the projections we run every morning, so definitely consider checking this one out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, subscribe to the channel, follow us, and we'll see you guys in the next video.